Introducing the RAEV Bullet GT.
Or as I like to call it, the Café Racer of e-bikes. Reminiscent of customized motorcycles called Café Racers, this electric bike is by far the best looking one I've ever reviewed. And these are its features. How does it ride? Hard to assemble.
It's the next day and the charger is showing green. There is another charging port on this side for this battery, I guess. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to plug it in and see what it shows. The charger shows red again, so maybe we do have to charge these batteries separately. It's about an hour later and the second battery, I guess, is charged up now. So the next thing to do is go on a ride. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3 pedal assist modes. Steering radius is a little bit narrow, but that's okay. Looks even better out in the sunlight. Look at that paint. That paint is just so nice. Alright, let's see what this thing can do. Well, we're all throttle. That's pretty good on just throttle. Oh yeah. It's got some good power. Definitely got some good low end power.
My initial impression of the bike was really good. The suspension feels good, the brakes work amazingly, the bike overall feels pretty lightweight and nimble. My only complaint is that it's a little bit too small for me. For reference, I'm 5'11" and 160 pounds. The weight was not an issue, but my height is a little bit of a problem. It's doable, but with the seat not being adjustable and static, it's hard for me to pedal without bending my knees way too much. So that leaves the question, can I still pedal this bike up a big hill without the motor? Let's find out.
Pedal assist 3 down to 0, so no pedal assist. Let's see if the throttle still works. So no, throttle doesn't work, nothing works except my legs right now. We're in first gear, gotta be in first gear. But first gear is nice and low, so you can definitely pedal it. Even with my knees having to bend so much, it's not bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting. Of course, you can always stand up too if you need to. But yeah, it's not bad at all to pedal. I was expecting way worse. But why would we pedal when we can just use the motor?
So yeah, it's not bad to pedal up hills without the motor, even though I'm a little too big for it. With that question answered, my next question is, how off-roadable is this bike? It has dual suspension and really good brakes, so it should be good, right? This bike really shreds off-road. It does well. The only issue is that the hub motor is geared high, which is good because it gives it a top speed of 28 miles per hour. But it's bad because when you're trying to do low speed stuff and up steep hills, you really got to pedal quite a bit to get it going. And the overall small size of the bike does have some advantages on the trails.
We made it.
All in all, with the great suspension and brakes, this bike's a ton of fun off-road.
I'm gonna head home now, but first I'm gonna unlock the speed because it'll be nice to get home a little bit quicker. So I have the instructions right here. When powered on, press both plus and minus at the same time to go into TC-N setting. Then press both power and minus button to enter, hold it to get into this setting. Press power to go to L5, there we are. Press plus to change. So obviously we're going to get as high as we can. The instructions say we can get up to 28 miles an hour or 40 kilometers per hour. So that's it. Now we long press power button to save the settings. And there we go. We got max speed. Let's test it out. 30.
I was going down a huge hill, but I ended up actually going above the speed limit at 35 miles an hour. Impressive. The next thing to test is the range. According to the RAEV website, the range listed is 43 plus miles for the GT model. But let's find out for ourselves.
It's a few days later after all that off-roading fun. Got the bike a little bit muddy, but it's not too bad. And I have not charged this thing up at all. We'll power it on, and you can see, well, now it's displaying full battery, but I promise you I have not charged this thing at all. We have 10.6 miles on the odometer, so now it is time to see just how much more we can get out of this bike. Update, I have went 32 miles almost. We have 2.5 bars of battery left, and we're on this freaking awesome, huge, super tall bridge. Made it. Still not completely dead, but I mean, battery gauge is blinking, so I'm gonna call it here. We'll end the video right where we started it. The RAEV Bullet GT e-bike. We just went 51.2 miles on one charge at pedal assist 3 for, I would say, 80% of the time, and the rest was pedal assist 1 and 2, or just pedaling for a very short amount of time. And we made it. Nothing broke. Everything still performing as it was in the beginning of the video. I really like this bike. I actually think I'm going to keep this one. I usually sell most of the e-bikes I review, but I think I'm going to keep this one just because of how cool it looks and how upgradable it is. I'm going to probably put a way bigger rear motor in it and different controller and batteries, obviously, but I've got a lot of plans for this thing. I had a ton of fun on it, even in this state, though, so it's good to start out with something this good to really build up and make, well, better than the Super 73. This is the Super 73 killer, or at least it's gonna be when I'm done with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I definitely had a lot of fun testing this bike. So yeah, that's it. See you guys next time. Peace out.